Hi, it's me again. And I want to talk to you today about something that happened yesterday, which is more important than it may seem on the surface. But in order to have a chat about it and comment and stuff like that, you need to leave any prejudices that you've got for this person behind, because it's bigger than just him. So it's all well and good saying, ha ha, Farage is getting stitched up. Yeah, that's fine, right? But when it happens to you or someone you know or love, it won't be so funny then, will it? I don't know, some people can't stand the man and some people love the man, and that's all right. You're allowed to like who you like, right? But you need to leave that behind, because this story, it is bigger than that, and it's quite an important story. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this story broke yesterday. Nigel did a video in the morning, then talked about it on GB News later. Here's a short little summary for you.
2 months ago, I received a phone call from my bank, who simply says on a phone call, "We are closing your accounts." I asked why. I was told it would all be explained in a letter. The letter just told me the accounts are closing, and please, by the date they gave me, make sure you've moved to another bank. And I got someone ring me up and say it's purely a commercial decision. I thought. So I've tried for 2 months to get another bank account, and I've spoken to 7 different banks, and they've all said no. And the reason is, it would seem to be political. Well, all of this has been quite stressful and quite difficult, because without a bank account, you simply can't exist, you simply can't live. But what's even worse is that over the course of the last few months, some of these ridiculous rules and closures have been extended to my immediate family.
So the bank said it's not a political decision, it's a commercial decision. What kind of commercial decision is that? Business account and his personal account. And I don't know Nigel Farage, but he comes across as a fairly successful and fairly wealthy gentleman, doesn't he? So what kind of commercial decision is, we don't want your money? How is that a commercial decision? Who made that? That's not a commercial decision. If that's the commercial decision somebody there made, yeah, they need to get another job, probably in the government. They'll fit right in doing that. Why no? It's not a commercial decision. It has to be a political decision. And we don't know what bank it is. Nigel hasn't publicly said what bank he uses. So it's all unconfirmed, but common consensus on Tinternet, because I wanted to find out, I wanted to make sure I didn't do any business with this bank. I have a business account, personal account, savings account. And Nigel hasn't said, but common consensus on Tinternet here is that it's Coutts & Co. And it's all unconfirmed. I can't confirm that it's Coutts & Co. It's just hearsay and conjecture and all of that. I don't want to get into any trouble for it. But there's some evidence to suggest it. Many people believe it to be Coutts & Co. Which is handy for me, because it's not like I'm Coutts & Co. kind of material, is it? So I don't have to worry about not banking with them. But one thing I didn't know until yesterday, sorry it's a bit windy isn't it, is that Coutts & Co. for many years now has been owned by NatWest. And the government still have a 39% stake in NatWest. So it is political then. It is political. And he can't open another bank account, which I'll talk about in a minute. But why is this important? Why is this a bigger story than, ha ha, Nigel's been stitched up? I'm going to talk about something. And normally when you talk about this sort of thing, oh, you're a crazy internet conspiracy theorist and all of that. But it's important to note, well, one, it's not a conspiracy, and two, it is actually happening. This is happening. I've put together a little montage clip for you. Have a look.
Now the Chinese are also ranked, given a mark out of a possible 950 points. A score in the 700s is considered good. Around the 500 mark is not. Criticising the government online or displaying outward signs of wealth is a no-no. On the other hand, praising the party or giving blood increases your social credit. A good score brings benefits, but people with low scores lose rights. The cinema names and shames people considered untrustworthy, plastering their details, even their addresses, across big screens. Among them is this journalist Liu Hu.
Once you're blacklisted, you can no longer get a bank loan. start a business, buy an apartment, or even send your children to a private school.
So normally when you say the Chinese social credit system, that's it, you're a conspiracy theorist. But it does actually, it is a thing. It is a thing that happens in China. If you say anything against the regime, you do something you shouldn't do, you get marked down. If you get marked down, you can't buy a rail ticket or an aeroplane ticket or rent a nice apartment. And you think, all right, well, I could survive living in a slightly worse apartment than I've got. I could survive not having high-speed rail tickets and getting everywhere on buses. That's okay. I'll still be able to say what I want. But what if they took your bank account? How can you survive in this day and age without a bank account? Is that possible? I mean, I'm going to the O2 this weekend, taking my little nephew out for the day to the O2, and the O2 is cashless. So if I want an overpriced beer and a terribly overpriced hot dog, which obviously I do, how do I pay for it if I don't have a bank account with a card? How? Sorry, just interrupt myself again for a second. You know, I always forget to say something. It used to be possible, didn't it, to not have a bank account. Your employer could pay you by cheque and then you could deal with that. Is that still a thing? Can you still be paid by your employer by cheque? Probably not. And to be fair, even if you could, yeah, I can't really see Nigel going down cash converters to cash a cheque for however much he earns from GB News or from his gin company or from whatever other stuff he's got going on. So yeah, I stand by it. I don't see how you can live without a bank account in today's day and age. But I'm sure some of you you're about to educate me. I'm sure of it. What I'd like to see is a bank come out publicly come out in support of Nigel and say, we're not political, we're all about business, you've got a few quid, come and bank with us. And if they come out publicly, there's going to be uproar. It's going to be uproar, isn't there? And quite a few customers will complain and say, well, we're going to leave you. And how many actually would go to the effort of opening another account, moving the direct debits and all their payments and all that nonsense, just to say, we don't want to bank with you anymore because you support Nigel Farage? They'll talk a good game, would they actually do it? But if a bank did come out and say that, how many people would want to bank with them? I would. I mean, I'm no Nigel Farage, but I'm out in public, I talk my mind and stuff. I have a business account and a personal account, like Nigel. Less in it. A lot less in it, I'd imagine. But, why am I going this way? You know, I would go to the effort to move all my payments and everything over to that bank to support what they have done, and so that I feel a bit safer. It's a big thing, you know. So you could say it's conspiracy theory and all of that. Yeah, all right. Officially, there's no social credit system in the UK. Doesn't mean it couldn't happen. Doesn't mean this isn't the start of it. It's bad in China, you know. I mean, I'd be right bang in trouble, wouldn't I? Beer, the cigarettes, the talk in my mind on social media. I'd be bang in trouble, wouldn't I? So, yeah, it's a tough one. It's bigger than just. It's bigger than just ha Nigel, and you more than entitled to go ha Nigel if you want. But you've got to look at the bigger picture here. This could happen to you. You could write something on Facebook one day and it could happen to you. So it's worth getting behind this whole subject now to make sure it doesn't happen to you. Looks like some kind of wedding down here today. I'll spin you around. Look. I don't know if you can see, a bit far away. Was that a Chevy Bel Air? The bride? Lovely. We'll get a bit closer. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. I'd love for a bank to come out publicly and say, we support you. They'll lose some customers. Of course they will. I think they'll gain more than they lose. But it's scary they could do that. And then his family as well. They took bank accounts from his family. doesn't seem right, does it? So I think I'll leave it there. I think I'll leave it there, and we'll have a debate down in the comments as always. Can you see the bride behind me? We'll have a debate down in the comments as always. But yeah, it's not all ha-ha Nigel. It's quite serious. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, all that stuff people say at the end of YouTube videos, and I shall see you in the next one. Ta-ta.